everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Eva with Budget Your Life, and today we are going to set up our YNAB. That was me. I'm going to set up my YNAB, but you're going to come along with me. So hopefully, if you saw my prior video, I did all the preliminary work where I figured out what categories I wanted, and even since then I've added one or two, so you'll see that. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me share my screen. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. So I already have a YNAB account. So I am going to add a new budget. So for you, if you use the link to sign up and get your free 94 days, if you use my link, I don't get anything from it, but you get an extra 60 days to try out YNAB without even entering in a credit card. You can use it for a full 94 days before you decide if you want to purchase it. So it'll look a little bit different when you sign in, but eventually you will get to the brand new budget, it'll look like this. So I'm going to give it a budget name, and I'm just going to say Eva's new budget. Perfect. Dollar amount, currency placement, all of that, totally fine. If you have a preference, you can change it here. Okay, so now my budget this is what's set up. This is stock that comes with different categories for you, bills, frequent, non-monthly, goals, and quality of life. So I use some of these, but not others. My husband and I split some bills. There's some money that goes back and forth. We each have our own bank account, and then we have a joint account. So I have basically, you're going to see I have some bills, and you're going to be like, where's the rest of the bills? It's either taken care of out of the joint account or he takes care of it. So you're not going to see like a full on budget here, but you're going to see how I do it, and you can add as many categories and budget categories that you want. So to get started, we are going to add an account. So we want to add our checking account or any accounts that we have. You could have 15 checking accounts. You can add all these here. I have one checking account, so I'm going to add that here. I personally do unlinked. I don't like linked. I guess for me, I love budgeting. So I'm going to go ahead and take the time and put it in, and I make sure everything's how I want it to. With linked, I know people use it and all they do is double check that everything's in the categories that they want and they hit a button. So that 100% might work for you, but for me, I really like putting it in because it gives me a little bit of accountability. If, when I'm entering in the 5th Amazon line, I know I need to do something about my shopping. So it's a little bit where I can keep track of what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So I choose unlinked. This is going to just be my checking account. So that's my nickname for it. And then also what the type is. And my current balance is $3,450.19. So that is what it is now. There's nothing pending. So when I go ahead and enter that in, success, unlinked account. So done. So I also have 2 credit cards I'm going to add. So I do unlinked, like I said, and I'm going to call this credit card 1. For the longest time, I just had one credit card, so I just always had CC. But when I got a second credit card, I don't know, however many years ago, I named it CC1 and CC2. So pretty basic. You can always put like Chase, Visa, or Wells Fargo, MasterCard, or however you want to do it. You can put it in there so you know what it is. That's what's important. So my account balance on this one is $265.22. I plan to pay this all at once because it's not too much. And category, okay, so once you set aside, it'll turn green. So yeah, so once I go ahead and budget the money that I out of my checking account, this will turn green. We'll go into that in a little bit. So then my second credit card. So let's see, really thought out my names on that. Okay. So this one's a little bit more, which, oops, damn Amazon. I tried to whisper that, but I don't know if it whispered. Let's see, 961.75. Yes. So I am going to say pay it off all at once, and I might regret that later, but that's okay. I'm going to try to pay all that off at once. We'll see what happens when I budget this $3,400 with all my other categories that I have. If not, I know the next amount that's due is $360.05. So without a doubt, I will pay off that amount when it's due the end of this month. And if I can, I will pay more than that. And if I am gung ho, I might pay all of that. So time will tell. So right now, I am just going to say next. So again, when we budget, it will turn green. Yellow just shows that it's not funded. So it's like a warning to say, hey, look at me, I'm not funded. Okay, success. So we are going to start there. I do have another personal loan, and I do have student loans, and I will add those next time when I do my first paycheck budgeting of on YNAB. So right now we're just going to start with the credit cards. So then we are going to go to budget. So in my prior video, I went through just with a pen and piece of paper and just listed all of my categories that I wanted to have. So in that, I kept bills. I'll leave it at that. And I'm going to change, because the rent and mortgage doesn't get paid out of mine, I will change it to cell phone. And I know my cell phone gets taken out on my credit card on the 16th. So I'm just going to put that there so I can kind of use that as my direction when I'm funding this. If I know a bill's due sooner than another bill, I will put priority to that one for sure. Let's see. Internet, I'm going to say DirecTV. And that one is the first. And what's great about this is you can really just change the name to whatever you want. You can move it around. If you wanted to create a whole new category for the different budget ones, you could. So I'm going to kind of leave it there for the moment. Let's see, electric is fine. I'm going to change this to maybe HOA/water. And this is actually quarterly, which I misspelled on when I was writing it on paper. Quarterly first. So you don't have to do that. I guess I should put this. See, that is the 20th. And I've been budgeting for a very long time. So I have a lot of this, not all of it, but a lot of it in my head. So you might have to look a lot of this up, or when you're just starting and you're starting to take notes on what you want categories for, take note of when they hit your credit card or whenever they come out of the bank, and then you can just make a note in here. So cell phone, I believe, is 2 words. And that is, oh, that's already on there. Is it 2 words? It's not 2 words. I don't know. Is it 2 words? Who wants to correct me down below in the in the comments? Okay, so my investments. I always use Stash. I got started with that like 6 years ago because I wanted to just get a little more familiar with stocks and investing on my own. So I have 401k and I have all that set aside through my work, but I wanted to kind of play around with it and be able to invest like $5 a week or even $5 a month just to kind of get familiar with it. And I've been doing it for 6 years now. I love it. Got my husband hooked on it. So we're just doing a little bit of here and there just to have fun with it. Let's see. Life insurance. So I ran out of categories here to rename, so I'm just going to go ahead and add one, and it's going to be life insurance. Gosh, spelling life insurance. And then let's just move you down here, and then add one more for, how do I want to, I put pet insurance, but that's, and I just put pups. So I'm trying to have a little bit fewer categories than I did before. So I'm doing pet insurance and / pups. So their insurance is like maybe $55 a month. And so I might add a little more to that. So if I see something absolutely adorable that I need to buy them, I will be able to. So that is what that is for. And they 100% are my babies. So they get whatever they want. And then trash, recycle. This is also quarterly. I think it's the 18th. And again, this is totally optional. You do not have to put that next to it. Like I didn't do it for the life insurance stash or any of that, which I actually know that one, so I should put it. That is the 16th. Holy cow, a lot happens around the 16th. Okay. Do not remember those two, so I will leave those blank for now, fill them in later. And then, you know, I'm also going to add, I wasn't going to, but I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add a miscellaneous category here. And I'm just putting it all the way at the bottom. I know it's not in alphabetical order, but I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Every once in a while, I like to put $25 there just to have a buffer, because sometimes the electric gets a little crazy, or if we do something with the pups and maybe that's a little bit over, I want to be able to have a little bit of money to move around, because in case you didn't know, budgets are not strict. I want you to be able to have some flexibility with it so you can enjoy your life, but also be able to set some really awesome financial goals that you can reach very easily with using YNAB. So frequent, I think you might have seen in my prior video, if you did not, that I want to have a couple more main categories here. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay, so no, I just want to do auto. So I'm going to have maintenance. I have to spell that out, maintenance. Let's see. Gasoline. And every time I say that, I always think of the song, which I will not sing because you would not like that. You would run away screaming. And then this was not on my video, but I decided registration and smog, because that is yearly here. So I need to get used to doing that. So let's see, gasoline, maintenance, and registration. Perfect. So I'm going to rename this one to home. And I decided for that, I'm going to have, oh my gosh, home maintenance. That's awesome. I will leave that. And then decor, because lots of home renovations. And now I want a lot of decor to go with all those home renovations. So let's see. So that's home. And then, okay. So I feel like I'm getting away from having fewer categories because now I'm breaking it up more, but subscriptions, monthly. And for that, I have Google. And that's the first. And again, these could easily go up in the bills because these come out every month. But since they're subscriptions, I wanted to have them kind of separated so I can take a look and be like, do I really need Google? Do I really need Apple? Do I, do I know when that comes out? I do not know when that comes out. So it's another way just to kind of monitor your budget and really evaluate if you're getting use out of it. That's also why I like to manually enter things, because when I see that every month, if I'm starting to see that where I never use my Apple subscription ever, well, that's going to be something I'm going to cancel out and save myself a couple bucks. Okay, like Disney Plus, I do use that, even though that just went up. I'm still going to use it. I really think it's the 16th, and that might be just because everything else is the 16th. I don't know. Okay, so I just have those three. So I'm going to delete that one. And then and the yearly one, I do a few yearly ones because I like to be able to kind of pay upfront and get a little bit of a discount. I don't do it on a lot of things, but I try to when I can. Volunteer, and if you're playing a drinking game with how many times I'm saying take it easy, go get some water, because I feel like I'm saying every 5 seconds. Okay, so volunteer dues, and then my Fitbit, yes. So I have the app on my phone, and I do pay for premium, and I love it. So and then my Amazon Prime, whoops, Amazon Prime, and then let's see. Oops, I don't want to do that. Did I cancel? My Visa fee. And I don't remember paying this last year, so I'm putting it on here, but I had to have, but I really don't remember doing it. So I'm saving up for it, and maybe they decided not to charge me anymore. I don't know. Walmart Plus, and oh yeah, my YNAB. So I am a certified YNAB budget coach. I did that over the summer, loved it, had a lot of fun, met a lot of really cool people. I barely use, I probably shouldn't say this, but I really honestly only use like maybe a quarter of the potential that this platform has. It is so helpful. You can pick goals, you can have help you pay off your credit card debt. If you have debt, it gives you, how much you need to pay it off by a certain amount. I mean, it does so many things. So as I'm doing this, I'm hoping to learn. And if any of you have any questions on it, put it down below and I can answer it down there, or I can answer it in the next video. And it's just going to help me learn and know what's out there. So I love that. I love any opportunity to learn. So, okay, let's see. Sinking funds. So since I've used up all this, so much for having fewer categories. So I used up all of what was here. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a category group. So my next one is sinking funds. So these are all the things that I'd like to have money saved away for. And where did it go? It's up here. So I'm going to just drag this down here and then add some categories. So my first one is Babe, and that's just my husband. So he gets something. I have Christmas because I absolutely love Christmas. And let's see, clothing. Okay, this is going to drive me bananas because it's putting it in opposite ways that I'm putting it in. So now I'm going to put it from below. Is that going to mess it up? It doesn't. It does not matter at all. Okay, so clothing, and then computer and software. So one day I will get a new computer and I'll start saving for it now. And software is every once in a while I get like a McAfee charge, and I was like, I have no idea where to put that. So that's why I just created that. And if you're looking at this and going, oh, I don't need half that stuff, don't use it. Use whatever you have. That has to be characterized. Use the categories that work in your life, and you won't have it right the first time. It might even take you a year to figure out some of those yearly things that pop up that you weren't saving for. And that's okay. Within a year, you should have gathered everything unless there was something new. And I've been doing this for years, and there's still things that pop up that I'm like, oh, I guess I did subscribe to that a year ago. And I didn't write it down. So it happens. It's okay. So gifts and then medical. So these are just categories that I'd like to have funded. Planner stuff. That's more like, for me, just fun stuff. Some of it's fun. Some of it's, medical necessities. You hope you don't need that category, but when you do, it's good to have. Like taxes. Just put aside taxes for someone to do our taxes, or if we owe a little bit, I try to fund that just so we're not taking everything out of savings. And then travel. And then the last one is vacay. And I do have 2 different categories because I'd rather have use travel for things that, like, I need an airplane ticket to go somewhere, like go back home or whatever. But then vacay is a little bit more special or a little bit more fun. The other one is just kind of like, I need it, so I'm going to use it. And I don't want to take it out of vacation because that's not fun. And I do giggle when I'm nervous. So if you keep hearing me laugh, I will stop doing that eventually. But let's see, taxes. I'm just going to put this in my little order. And again, you don't have to put it in any order if you don't want to. You can just do it however you want. That's the best part about budgeting, is really, it's up to you how you want to do it. No right or wrong way. Well, I guess there's a wrong way, I guess, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we have all of that created. Nope, there is still more. There is still more. Okay, category. We have, oh, that's right, businesses. This is important. Businesses. Okay, so I do have a separate budget for my business. However, it's a brand new business, so not a lot is happening. So I'm still basically funding it from here. Why is that not going down? Okay, I guess we'll deal with that in a second, but let me just start this. So I have BYL, which is Budget Your Life. That's this one. So unfortunately, I do have to fund the majority of that, but that's okay. And then I have something in the works that is just kind of sitting off to the side. So that is also there. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Okay. But again, that needs to be. No. Yes. Okay. 2 more. 2 more, and then we can start budgeting. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. So we're going to add another category group, and that is going to be envelopes, because I eventually, hopefully very soon, want to start using the cash envelope system, and I'd like to do it with just a few of the categories, maybe some of the ones that I might overspend, or something that I don't, that maybe if I have it in an envelope in cash, that I won't spend as much. And then the fun part is doing some of these savings things. What are they called? Savings. Wow, drawing a blank. Challenges. Savings challenges that I've been wanting to do, and I've created myself. So I'd love to be able to do that. So if I can do 5 or so, maybe 4 categories of cash, and if I don't spend it at the end of the month, I can put it into my little savings challenges that I created, or that I've seen other people have that I have my eye on. And then that's another way to save, and another way to spend a little less, because I am trying to get a few more no spend days, because I really wanted October. I think I wanted 15. And I got like 7. So I need to do a little better than that. So, okay, sorry. Almost there, I promise. Okay, so my envelopes, I am going to have entertainment. So that's probably movies and I really can't think of what else. Concerts, but we would know about that in advance. And I don't know any of concerts that is going to be what I'd have in my envelope. Okay, focus, Eva, focus. Dining out. That one we'd use a lot. Let's see. Okay, so beauty and wellness. That is my weakness. So that's why I want to kind of move that one to cash. Hopefully help me not spend as much and encourage me to keep a little bit in the envelope to save for my savings challenges. And then lastly, groceries. Groceries. Why does it look weird? I guess that's right. Okay. A little bit of that. Okay. Again, I don't know why I do that, but okay. So I think I'm going to put envelopes right under bills because these are kind of my priorities. Maybe not beauty and wellness, but groceries and some of my cash envelopes. And then we get into auto and home and then my subscriptions. So really, you can kind of move these around to whatever is most important to you. And then I have one more category group. And I encourage you to have something in your budget that has you thinking really long term. Just reach for the stars. Mine does not sound super exciting, but it's just how I have it written. I have a new car, but my car is over 14 years old. It's doing just fine. You know what? I don't want that to be the category. Just kidding. Future goals. That is the category. I encourage you to have something like this. So as you're budgeting, it's really going to give you a chance to really prioritize what's most important to you. So if your cell phone and getting a new cell phone every year or 2 years, you're going to need to put a lot of money into that. I went into a cell phone store the other day. Could not believe the prices. I couldn't believe it. I would love a new cell phone, but I'm like, I can't justify that right now. Like I just can't even think about that. So, but if that's something really important to you, then you're going to want to prioritize that. Where for me, I don't know what my priority is going to be, going into 2024. I have a few ideas, but looking at your budget and entering things in manually and just kind of constantly looking at it at least a couple times a week, touching it and making sure you're, up to date, you really get a sense of what's important to you. And if you see all your money going to, I don't know, I don't have a dining out for example, and you're like, I don't need to dine out. I actually like cooking. Well, maybe that might switch how maybe more money will go to groceries and less money will go to dining out, and you'll kind of change how you spend. So budgets are so cool for so many reasons. And I know I'm going to just sound like a dork, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So again, my category is new car, but that's down the road because like I said, my car's doing just fine, even though it's a little old. And then new home. Now that sounds kind of boring. I absolutely love the house I'm in now, but we have some goals and plans for the future, and I want to start saving a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot because over a few years it'll all add up. So even if I'm doing $25 a paycheck, who knows when we're going to get to this new home. If it's not 5 years from now, think of all the $25 I've added. Please don't. I'm not going to do quick math. I like math. I can do math, but not quick math, especially on camera. Okay, so new home. So those are my 2 fun little future goals. And I really encourage you to have something like that. And I just put it down at the bottom. Doesn't mean it's, oh my gosh, am I doing this again? Why is this not happy? Okay. So, just because it's down here doesn't mean that it's not as important as it is up here, but just, okay. I'm going to have to put a timestamp here because I think I lost half of you. So if you're with me, yes. So this is the super fun part. That part's fun, but this part's really fun. Okay, so now, well, except for the credit card, really after that, it's really fun. But luckily, I can budget money to this. So right now, if I need to assign, it's over on the left side, credit card one, I need to assign $265.22 if I want to pay that off. So now it's budgeted in full and it's green over here. So that's good. So that's showing me that I have that much money assigned to it. And as soon as I'm done with this video, I can go to log into my bank and just pay that and be done, because I know I have that much money budgeted and put aside for it. It can just be done. So credit card number 2. For now, I'm going to put what is owed on the end of this month. Let's see. So this is what is due at the end of November. So it is orange. It's not green because it does not match the credit card 2 over here on the left side. So if they matched, this would be green, but they do not. Oh, quick note, when I enter the credit card, I did not have anything pending for either amounts. If you did have something pending, you would put in the amount that's on your card, and then when the actual amount hit your card, you would come back in and go to credit card, add a transaction, and put whatever it is and select the category that we just set up, whatever it was. If you bought light bulbs, it would probably be home maintenance. I don't know why I thought of light bulbs first, but anywho. And then you'd put the amount and you'd hit save, and this amount would go up. And this amount would go up. So we'll get to that because I guarantee you when I get paid next and go in to do my budget, I will have spent money on my credit card. That's basically a guarantee right there. So I'll definitely show that in the next video, probably for both credit cards. So let's see. So let's go back to budget. Just while I was thinking of that, I wanted to put that in. So if I have money at the end, I might go back and add more, but I know I get paid one more time before this credit card's due. So I know I have another chance to add the difference. The 600 and whatever, 600 and almost math, 601.70 maybe. Oh, did I get it? Okay. So yeah, so and then for the cell phone, this has not been paid yet, so I know I want to put that in full, and that is 138.50. So there you go. So now we're just going to start going down the list. That was due on the 1st, so I did just pay that. So maybe I'll just do, well, you know what? I'm going to just do all of it and see what happens. It's just under 100, so I'm just rounding it. Electric, I always put in 400. And I think I mentioned it when I did the pre-video to this one, that I just keep putting in 400. And then sometimes it's lower. I love that. And then other times it's higher. I don't love that, but I usually have enough to cover it. So I don't have to add another $100 or so. Usually it's in there. So I try to always budget 400. There are times when I take money from that to put it towards something else if I overspend. So just be aware. $100 a month for that. Ooh, but it's November. So I need to make that 200 because I need to put November's in here. So every 3 months, every quarter, I pay $300. So the January 1st is my next bill that's due. So December, I'll add another 100 and it'll be ready to go for January. And then stash has not hit yet. That's my little investments I do myself. That's 200. The money goes quick, but again, the top part are bills and all that. So take a little bit priority over my sinking funds, but my next paycheck, I should be able to adjust and add a lot more to my sinking funds. So the next check might be a little bit more fun. So life insurance is, I put 75. Go, 7. Okay. My dogs are in here with me and I can't believe they're sort of being quiet. So this is great. Okay, so pet insurance, 50. I'm going to do 100. I'd like to do a little more, but again, I will probably pick some more of that up in my next paycheck. And then trash is quarterly. I think I just paid that last month, so I'm going to put 40 because I think I need to do one more in there, but I'm not sure. Miscellaneous, I'm going to do 25 for now. Beauty and wellness. I know that's like my spending money, so just, you know, don't judge. And let's see, dining out. I'll do 50. Just kidding. Do I want to do? Yeah, I'm just going to do it. And then entertainment, I'm going to do 25 because we don't really have anything planned at the moment. Groceries, I'm going to do 125. And that will just be for this weekend and a little bit of next week. When I start doing the cash envelope, I think I'm going to start that at the beginning of December. And I'm going to either pick like every Monday and just have my cash stuffings be on Monday for these few categories. And I might add one or two. And then that way, every Monday, I'll just go ahead and put like 125 or 100 in the envelope each week and go from there. So that's my thought, at least right now. So gasoline, I am going to put 50. Car maintenance. Oof, I had like 200 in there before because on my other budget, I'm setting this one up as a new one because I wanted to kind of change some of the categories. But with some of that money going to my credit card that I didn't mean to spend as much as I did, I'm going to put 150 and see what happens. I need to start putting money here for May, so I'm going to put 25. Home maintenance, I'm going to put 50, even though I had more than that in there. Decor, I'm just going to do 25 because I need to not spend as much. This is like $4. Apple, we're just going to put 10. Disney, just going to put 20. Ooh, that comes out in March. I'm going to do like I said, I'll be able to do a little bit more come my next paycheck. So just going to try to put 25 to most of these and then add a little bit more. I think that one's coming up a little bit. Oh, my money's dwindling so fast. I don't need clothing. Well, I do need clothing. I just don't need clothing right now. Gifts, shoot, I had like 100. I'm going to see what happens if I put that in there. Medical, I'm going to put 50. Planner stuff. There's something coming up and I need it. I don't need it, but I need it. I want it. And I'm going to get it. As long as I have money in that planner line. Okay, taxes. I'm good to go for a while. So I am going to leave that alone for right now. Travel and vacay, sadly, I am not going to touch. Oof. Put 10 here. Put 75 here. Oh, that saddens me a bit. So I had about 150 in new car and 150 in new home. And that $300 is probably this $300 sitting right here. But that's okay. So YNAB and most of the budgets that I do zero based. So we want to get the number that we have to spend down to zero. So every dollar has its job to do or a place to go. So this 1742, I will either usually put to gasoline or groceries. So this time I'll probably just put it towards groceries. There we go. So I'm just going to do a plus sign in the 17.42 and hit enter. All my money is assigned. Everything's here. I kind of scroll down. All my little circles are green, except for this one, but we know about that one. So I think I get paid before my credit cards due. which is awesome because I was thinking before it wasn't, but now I have a new same company, but it's a long story. Basically, my payroll days changed. So now I get paid earlier than I used to, which is great for this instance, because now I will have enough to put towards the credit card. So that makes me super happy. But I do have a loan and student loan that are coming out towards the end of the month, which I'll show you when I get my first paycheck to budget. So that will be around, what is it, the 16th, 17th or so. So I'll do another one getting that paycheck and budgeting it. And I will add my personal loan and my student loan to this. And then that way we can see how to set that up. So I want to be able to show that a little bit more in depth because I knew I was going to be talking a lot here. So that would have probably made it a little bit longer than it already is. But I'm just super excited that this is my new budget and everything's green. And now I am going to stop sharing and go back to you guys. So I hope that made some sort of sense to you, and I hope that you had a really good time just kind of budgeting along with me. So I just really want to help people and figure out how stop saying no. Figure out how I can help people more. So I want to start doing a few more YouTube videos and have different ways of budgeting. And I'm really, really excited to have you along with me on this journey. So yeah, thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, put them below. And I will also put the link to YNAB for the extra 60 days in this video or in the description. So thank you again. Take care. Bye.